welcome back to another episode of From the Foundation Up. Today's episode is going to be about land. Our last episode was about I've found out what house I want, and then we went through another segment that said about how we did our costs and how we do our pricing and things like that. Today it's going to be, well, okay, I got the house and I figured out the pricing, it's in my budget, but I got to put it somewhere. So now we're going to figure out how we're going to get some land. Today there are a lot of lots that are available, but then there's lots that aren't available, but there's real estate that's available, and that's what you have to remember. It's real estate that's available. So we do have a land acquisition specialist here in our office. Her name is Elena, and she will be more than happy to help you find lots. There's also the opportunity for you to go into the neighborhoods where you're looking. Some people put only the lots on Marketplace. Some people put it on Facebook and just only on Facebook and put it on a post. They'll put it in a local newspaper. So sometimes you have to be a little creative as to trying to find your lot if you're not finding it with an agent. And therefore, it's going to take some expertise on an agent's part and on your part to do your homework and try to find that perfect lot. I always tell people, do not look only at lots for sale, because you're going to miss probably an opportunity that's out there, especially in areas that are homes that are like post-war homes, like in the 40s and 50s they were built. And those houses they didn't get fixed up over the years, and now they just become old and they need to come down. A lot of times we build homes right on those people's lots. So the other thing you can look for is a mobile home on a lot. That is a prime opportunity, because you're really going to just pull that mobile home off and you're now to a blank slate, with the exception of that you have a driveway in, you have a well in, and you have a septic in. Now, maybe this septic needs to be increased, because trailers mobile homes don't come in 4 bedrooms, they come in 3 bedrooms. But that's not a big deal either. If the septic system passes and the sewer enforcement officer in the area says, you're good to go and you can use that septic system, you either will have to stay with a 3-bedroom home and be creative, or you have to go to a 4-bedroom septic system, which would be adding on a trench or something like that. So those are just things that hiring a builder that has that expertise in that area knows. So with that said, do your research and expand the research as when you're looking for the lot. Look for those lots that have an older home on, a dilapidated home that just has to come down, or a mobile home that needs to be pulled off, and then we start afresh. Now, let's say you find it. You find a home, and let's do a couple examples. You find a home that had a mobile home on it. Well, we need to pull it off. That needs to go. And then we find out here in our office, through our discovery phase, what exactly is going to be needed to have you be able to progress further into building the house. So first one's going to be is we're going to have to contact a sewer enforcement officer, see what his take is on the septic system that's there, see what he or she, whatever the case may be, whatever they say, they kind of dictate. So they might say, oh, this is an old cesspool. And those are the things in discovery you got to find out. So you got to find out, is it a septic system? Is the septic system only 10 years old? Or is it 50 years old and it's an old cesspool? Then we have to do perk tests, and don't rule out, because it's still a good lot. You know, we have to get rid of the cesspool, you fill it in, or whatever you have to do to that, whatever the sewer enforcement officer is going to tell us to do, or the health department. And then we'll have to do some perk tests and locate a septic system somewhere else on the lot. The well, if there's a well or water, those probably are in good functioning order, and we can reuse those. The electric is already to the lot, phone is to the lot, cable TVs to the lot. Those things are probably already in place. And then all it takes is we need to terminate. It needs to be terminated where it's at, and then rehooked at a later time when the house is near that phase or completion, is when you hook those utilities back up to the property. So looking at that, you need to go through that. And it's a builder, picking your builder is the person that's going to be doing all of these discoveries for you. You'll be relying on you to make decisions, but you're going to be relying on us for guidance. And that's what the beauty is of using a builder such as Wellbuilt Homes, is to be able to have someone who all they do all day long is they dedicate their entire day to the building permit process, and that's our building permit coordinator. That person does not do prints during the day. They don't do selections during the day, answer the phone during the day. They don't do any of that. They do only 100% all day long permit coordinating. And that is what you need. You need someone who's not going to sit out on someone's desk for 3 days or 2 weeks and never get looked at. You need somebody who's going to be persistent in making those phone calls to utility companies and to the sewer authorities. And those are people that sometimes they don't call you back right away on the first call. So they have to be called and recalled and answers. And then sometimes then they'll send you somewhere else. And it's sort of like a little rabbit hole you got to go down until you finally get the answers that you want. And that is, yes, I can do this. And, or no, you can't, but this is what you need to do. And then we get those people on board, boots on the ground. And then we start picking it apart one piece at a time. Septic and well, they are what has to be established. So that's on a lot that has a mobile home on it. Also, at the same time, depending on the stormwater management guidelines that the township has set aside, we will have to make a determination then is you're going to pull this mobile home off. It already has impervious surfaces on it, what they're going to call impervious surfaces. This is what they talk about with stormwater management. So right now, stormwater management on this home, whether it is now a mobile home or a demo, it doesn't matter. Right now, that phase of this phase of the discovery is those two homes are already in place. One or the other. It's either a mobile home or a home that's going to come down. There's already an impervious surface on there, meaning that water's coming down through the rain and it's hitting the property, the house or the building, and it needs to be dispersed onto the lot. If they allow a credit, that too is where our expertise comes in, is trying to find out the least amount of impact it's going to be on the property and the least amount of impact it's going to be on your pocketbook, because that's what really, really matters to all of our clients is how much is this going to cost me? How much do I have to spend in order to make it happen? And a lot of times with these homes that are already on the property, you can get credits toward your impervious surface. There are times where they say, you know what? This was before any kind of developmental issues came in, and we don't have to do any stormwater, and you don't have to do stormwater. But that is also where we come into play with our discovery phase and with our permit coordinators. So there's a lot to go on there. Finding a lot may or may not be as hard as you think. Sometimes it's only as hard as you make it out to be. So hiring a builder, hopefully you've made your decision by the time you reach this video. You've made the decision that you want to build with Welbilt. And now we need to find you a lot. If you don't already have one, you would need to find you a lot, whether it's a blank slate, nothing's ever been done to it, it's just raw ground, or it's one that already has a home that was already on it, been established for decades, and now it needs to come down. It's too old, it's just not in the wheelhouse anymore. Just got to come down. So, like I said, it is only as hard as you want to make it. Hire somebody who finds their field in this expertise, and that is working through the situations with our clients very close at hand so that you can build your new dream home. Until next time, thank you for chatting with me once again, and we'll see you next time on From the Foundation Up.